sir. We got another episode of Champ Talk, man. Got my boy Jordan Whittley with me, man, from a fresh Juco product out of Laney.
Yes, sir.
And now he at Oregon State, man, balling. Had his first season wrapped up, man. But first, man, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, straight.
Feel it, bro. Feel it, man. But yeah, just get straight into it, bro. Like, I know you grew up coming up in Richmond, man. But what was your time like there? What was your childhood like? You feel me? Like,
it was rough growing up in Richmond. It's like, you know, you gotta eat or be eaten. You gotta survive in Richmond. But it built a lot of character for me growing up. Showed me ways to adapt in different situations. So, you know, there's a lot of games going on. But you get to Oregon, ain't no games out there. You gotta live a regular life out there. So just with that, just trying to, I guess, code switch from being such in the mentality of, like, you know, survive until, like, you know, you ain't got to worry about nothing, was just the biggest change for me growing up in Richmond.
How you still clear all of that, though? Like you said, like, although Richmond, like, it's for sure diversity, like, it ain't nothing, it ain't just like black people or just Mexicans, like, it's diverse. We got a little everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you steer clear of, like, all the drama and shit that went on over there? You feel me?
Just having a grounded home, somewhere that I can be safe at the end of the day, somewhere I can call home, friends that I counted on, people that I can talk to, counselors, football coaches, people at the school, just people that kept me steer straight when I was down a bad road sometimes, and people that, you know, believed in me when I didn't believe in myself at times.
When did you start playing football? What was your Pop Warner team you played for out there?
I started playing football like 5, 6. I played for the Berkeley Cougars when it was the Berkeley Cougars before. Before it was the Junior Bears. I played for the Berkeley Cougars when Pops had the van. Yeah. You had to go to the truck and get the equipment. Exactly, run around all the shit. We scrimmaged against the junior peewees and that's when I played football, real football.
See, that's why I fuck with my Richmond niggas.
Nigga, we played at Berkeley High School on the turf field, the Astro turf. That's when I played Pop Warner football. I ain't played none of that other stuff.
What was you playing when you first started there?
I played, I think, Pee-wee. I played with, like, Doug, Sir. I played with...
Yeah, so you was with all the big homies
there. Yeah, I played with all them.
That's what's up. What's it called? So what positions was you playing at first? Like, what made you, like, you feel me?
I was playing lineman my first year.
First year?
Only because, like, coaches had their sons and had people that they molded from Mighty Might. So, like, they didn't know who me and my brother was. They just knew we were just playing football. But towards the end of the year, they saw we can play. And we started playing the normal positions. He played receiver, DB. I played running back, quarterback.
Okay. So then you, how'd you end up going to Castlemont, though? Like you said, because you grew up in Richmond, but you feel me? Like, what made you go to school out there? Did you move out that way? Like,
no, my head coach from Kennedy, Clyde Bird, he was one of the coaches at Kennedy my freshman and sophomore year. And we had moved to SAC my junior year, and he had convinced my mom to let us come down there. We played for him. Went to Councilmont, tried to do our thing at Councilmont. Didn't go the way it's planned, but yeah, that's the reason I went to Councilmont.
But I mean, back then though, shoot, you was playing running back. You feel me? So you was going crazy. You feel me? You had got the San Ho offer. So you feel me? What happened? What transpired to where you couldn't go to San Jose? You feel me? Like, how did that happen?
Just thinking I was that dude. Like, I didn't have to do the normal shit that every other athlete, student had to do. Like, I didn't have to go to class. I didn't have to turn in my papers. I didn't have to show up to school. Just thinking I was, like, you know.
I know what you mean, though, because I mean, at that time, like you said, you balling. You got the San Ho offer, so you feel me? You the man on campus. I'm already knowing how that is.
So it's just that got to my head, which hurt me towards the end of the year when they, like, I'm started hearing, like, oh, I can't graduate. I'm not gonna be able to be eligible to go to San Jose. And it hit me like, damn, like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for me. Like, all this thinking I'm better than everybody not gonna work for me, and it definitely hit home real fast. So I graduated. I wasn't able to. My GPA, my SAT score. Some SAT scores matter. Then I couldn't go to San Jose, so I ended up going to Laney.
So then, how'd you choose Laney? Because I mean, it's I was talking to Amir, your old teammate. It's like, it's 100 Jucos that you could choose from back then. But did you get tied in with Laney because you was already in, like, that OAL type of system? You feel me? Or was it just, how'd you make that decision? My first school was Fort Scott, Kansas. Went all the way to Kansas
2 weeks, most horrible decision I ever went to, bro.
Why is that though?
They was grimy out there. The housing was grimy. It's basically a dorm. Like they house you for free. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's a bunk bed basically. I'm sleeping on the floor on the air mattress. There's 2 other dudes up on the bunk bed, and we just in that bitch tight as hell, grimy. And then it's like, you out of state, so they only got certain positions for people out of state. Yeah. And they just not like, niggas is just grimy. They trying to get on the field, they trying to play, and you trying to play. So if I'm late, like if we got workouts at 9 o'clock, they wake up and they gone, they not gonna tell me.
Oh, damn.
So I gotta try to fend for myself, try to get there the best way I can. It didn't work out for me and my twin, so we went back to Oakland, asked around, certain Jucos, went to Cemetery for a day. That ain't work out. It was just too far a commute. They went to Laney. At first, Laney coach Beam didn't want me or my twin. He was like, shit.
For what though? It just wasn't. You feel me? Like
he just wasn't. He came recruiting me out of high school, but I didn't even pay him no mind. I'm going to San Jose. Yeah. So I'm not worried about you, big dog. So when I came back, he was like, I really wasn't interested in you in high school. You was all right. So I'm like, all right, bet. So that was really my main motive at Laney. Was like, to prove him wrong that I'm worth to try to play running back. First season, tore my ACL first game. But throughout the whole camp, it was just like he was not messing with me at running back. He was not messing with me. Then I started breaking, started going crazy. Then he sat down, had a talk with me and my boy Speedy. He was like, y'all 2 are the best running backs. Y'all just don't have enough. Like, y'all don't show up every day. Y'all don't do this every day.
You had the same mindset that you had at Castlemont, low key. Like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like,
I'm thinking my talent can just take me far enough. It wasn't just like I gotta commit. Work. So like the dudes who was weaker than me and Speedy was starting. But then like when I got in the game, I broke. I started going crazy. They kept feeding me. Then I tore my ACL, and I just like.
So how did that happen though? Like what, or not? How did that happen? Because turning ACL that could happen at any time. But like, what was going through your head when that happened though? Like
I thought it was over. No more running back. Because I already went through it in high school. My junior year, I tore my other ACL.
Oh, so you didn't already went through that whole reset process before, so you know
exactly
what everything like, and then you tear it again. So like, at that time, was you like kind of cool off football?
I was cool off football for a minute. Football wasn't even. I didn't feel like the game loved me back. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I was putting all this time into the game. I was putting all this effort, all this emotion, blood, sweat, and tears every day, and this shit happened twice. I'm like, this ain't for me. So really, the person who really motivated me was my worst enemy, Coach Beanie. Like, he was in my corner the whole time, pushing me. I came to school every day even though I wasn't practicing, worked out, got better. But during that process, I gained more weight. And it was to the point to where, like, he sat me down. He was like, you want to play football or you don't? I'm like, yeah. He said, well, if you want to play football, you can play O-line or D-line. I'm not playing no fucking O-line. Yeah. I'd rather go play D-line.
Right, like I can still make some happen, get some finesse in
there. Exactly.
I'm already knowing.
And it was crazy. D-line, like I had offers at D-line at running back, but I had way more offers at D-line than I had at running back.
Why is that though? Do you think was it an easy transition for you though? Like, cause I don't know. Even though he told you, like, he broke it down to you, like you either gonna change your position or not. Like that's still a hard decision you gotta make.
Definitely.
So what was the transition like physically and mentally? You feel me? Like
it was mentally. It was I just kept the same swagger as like trying to play running back. Always trying to be in the backfield, disrupt shit, be fast, and the moment you think of I got to play D-line, you got to be slow and all the other shit. But it was just trying to play fast, be physical. I always told him I was still a running back because I was always in the backfield. It was that was my favorite line, and just trying to be. It just basically is mainly opposing your will on a person every play. Every other person, you don't even touch a person some plays. I got to hit a dude every play, every second. If I take the slightest play off, I can get thrown on my back, anything. It was just.
Right. But you still had the running back mindset, though. Like
definitely.
Like, you feel me? You got the upper hand because I'm sure you was way faster than them other people.
Definitely.
Coming off, just knowing what you could do before, you know what I'm saying? So.
Definitely. And it was my first year of D-line shit. I did not like that shit. My dog, Aaron Austin, he played at New Mexico. He was a dude, and I was just like the backup. I was not eating like that. I was not playing. I'm like, this shit hard. Nigga trying to get off double teams and shit. But he was like, coaching me with the little shit, trying to motivate me. And that was my last year, my outbreak year. I started balling.
Okay, and so let's get into that though. So what overall, what was your experience like at Laney? Like, what did you learn from playing there that you probably took on to Oregon State now? Like, what did you learn from it?
Talent ain't gonna take you nowhere. That you gotta. Talent ain't gonna take you nowhere, and showing up just not enough. You gotta show up, be prepared, have the materials to be prepared. Gotta be open-minded. Gotta be coachable. Gotta be willing to take the shit talk from not just the players, the coaches, anybody that come on the team, and still be tangible to learn shit at the end of the day. Without getting cussed out, you gotta be tangible to learn the lesson within getting cussed out, and that shit not gonna work out as you want it to work out. You gotta just play your hand that you dealt and take the best opportunity you can sometimes.
That's real shit. So, you already talked about like your relationship with Beam. At first it started off kind of shaky, and then y'all started kind of building a bond though. So like, when did y'all really start like when did you start really like feeling like when did you feel that Coach Beam had your back more so than he was just getting on your head?
When he fought for me against other coaches, like when he fought for me to be All-American, when he fought for me to get my offers, when he put his name on the line for me, and like even at times I'm bullshitting in practice, bullshitting in games, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and he's still putting his neck out there for me, and showing me that I still care about you, but he got his ways of showing he care about you. He got his ways. That man is a difficult man, but I know throughout any time, any circumstance, any situation, he for sure got my back.
So then, you was there before this. Like I said, so we was talking about it earlier.
Yes, sir.
You there now?
Yeah.
Y'all built the foundation for that.
Definitely built the foundation for that.
And then during that state season, but I want to hear about like what was that state season like? Like what was the experience like? We
thought we wasn't even gonna win no games. Just conversations with Cam, Timmy, with Ramon, RP Ramon, with just like everybody that was on the team. We just was conflict in the summer, fights every day, people arguing, people not liking each other, people not coming to practice, people not being committed. And we just thought it was gonna be another year, like, shit, we gonna go to the bowl game, that's it, just make it happen. But, towards the start of the season, we just started clicking, like people start really playing for each other than playing for one. And then that's when we started clicking. Our first 3 games, we started figuring we can beat people and start letting people play to their advantage. And it started clicking more than ever. Like, people stopped playing selfishly. People stopped worrying about plays and worried about making plays when they can. And everything clicked. Everybody played in their role.
Do you think like the conflicting and like the all like butting heads? Do you think that played a big part into what happened that season?
It built more respect for one another, because it was people who didn't have respect for each other and just thought like they didn't understand the reasons why people wasn't showing up, the reasons why people was going to practice and then stop like leaving early. They had their own shit going on outside of football that certain people grew up in, like fucking Fremont, that don't understand people growing up in Richmond. So it's like, they got the luxury of making it to practice every day, being committed, running through the line, all that shit. And we got people from Richmond, Oakland, people from East Palo Alto that just like, it's hard to get to practice every day. I got to worry about getting to practice, not running to no suckers. Nigga, having money to gas to get to practice, food. Then when I get to practice, I'm going to get back home.
And then doing it all over again.
Every day. And then trying to have that same mindset to like, a support system to do all that shit, or schoolwork and all the other shit. They got moms, dads, house. You got the keys to the car, come on. And it's like, you got people like that. And then like, they was to fight all the time. Until like,
Because y'all didn't, like you said though, y'all didn't have a common ground. Like,
exactly.
Y'all didn't have a common understanding. But.
And then people start fighting. People start respecting each other after that. And people start hearing each other backgrounds, and now people got rides to practice every day, money in their pocket, food. Coach Beam used to bring food for people sometimes, and trying to meet people in the middle sometimes, because other people didn't understand.
So what was the feeling like though? Like y'all get through that season, y'all beat CSM after they beat y'all early in the season.
Yeah.
And then y'all get to the shit playing for the tour, and that was a dog fight too. So what was that? What was the feeling like being a champion?
It was Ramon, really. just going through all those trials and tribulations with your brother, somebody you grew close. At first, I didn't even like him. I just thought he was some knucklehead on the team. He used to always buzz me every day. That was my boy. He used to always buzz me every day. And I used to like tell him, like, he played D-line touch, tell him, bro, I'm not gonna talk to you. You don't come to practice. He was like, bro, I'm coming to practice. So you come to practice every day now. And then we started building a relationship. We started getting close. It was me, him, and Timmy every day. And then seeing him go through that and still trying to fight, like towards the back end of the season when we had to play CSM to get to Fresno, then play Fresno to get to Ventura, like those was the reasons why we really won. Just the strength off him, fighting for him, playing for him. And then that Ventura game, you can just tell we were just ready. They showed up with their energy, but we were just
y'all had, like, I was watching the game back home though, like even like when it was times where it was like, shit, I don't know, it was like y'all still fought back.
Exactly.
A lot of teams don't got, like, a lot of teams will get down and they down and out, you feel me? But
exactly.
Y'all was fighting shot for shot with them.
Shot for shot, and it was like when we got down, what we did earlier in the beginning of the season, we stopped cussing at each other, getting down on each other. We just started like, we got this, we can come back, we're gonna come back. So I believing in what we were saying and really did it. I mean, I made a safety. First game, I didn't even run to nobody. I ran straight to Ramon. I'm like, this for you, boy. And that was really the game.
Man, but so then after the championship, you feel me? I'm sure you had offers. You had offers from San Jose, Hawaii, Mexico, and then it was Oregon State, right? Oregon
State, Oregon, LSU, Liberty.
So ultimately, what made you choose Oregon State?
Just off at first it wasn't really an option for me, Oregon State. Mm-hmm. Then I went up there. It was more so a feeling. They made me feel more like a person than a number. Because they was just, we never talked about football the whole time. We didn't talk about
off the field aspect.
Yeah, we didn't talk about where I was going to play at, what position we playing, where they want to see me play at. Just, talked to my mom. Talked about God, talked about, growing up as a man, different ways to grow up as a man. Just off the field stuff that, was to me was way more important than playing football, because one day I'm not going to be able to play football. And that was the really stuff that stuck with me.
That's real. And then you get there, though, and I'm reading this article. I heard you feel me, you took, like, the stuff you learned at Laney, being a leader. Mm-hmm. You come in there, you demanding, like, that we gotta do better.
Off the bat.
I was reading the article. You was like, this, it's just unacceptable. Like, y'all, they was last, and I think it was like past.
Yep. They was last in everything, really.
So you demanded respect, and at first I read like they wasn't messing with it. So like, when did it all come together? Like, when did they start saying like, okay, maybe he right. Maybe we need to, like, you feel me, step this up. And then like this year, I seen y'all stepped it up some more.
It was just more so like, they didn't. It wasn't more like they was just. It was same like the Lenny team. They was just there. They wasn't really fighting for nothing. And I was like, this shit weak. Like, in practice, our offense can't run on us in Laney. Like, that's hell no. They can't run the ball, throw the ball, nothing. We lock down every time on defense, and that's gonna make our offense better in the game, because at the end of the day, they know they're playing against the best defense ever. Yep. So if you even do something against us, y'all gonna do way more against another team. Right. And like against us, they was just doing what the fuck they wanted to do. Until we started shutting that shit down, and then an article just came out. We was the best run defense improved in 2019, number one. So that just showed like the effort that we made and the commitment we made during the off season to really build into that season right there.
That's what's up. So how would you rate your first season, individually and as a team? Like, how'd you like it there? You feel me?
Individually, I did horrible. I made plays, but I didn't make as much plays as I should have made due to me getting my own way. Just another stepping stone of learning and trying to mold myself to be different than how I was at Laney. Because before Laney, I don't know where I was at. When I got to Laney, I molded myself to be this one person. But then I didn't know, like, I got to take another step and mold myself to be somebody else at Oregon State. I'm just thinking, like, okay, I'm good enough now. Like, this is what I got to do. But that wasn't good enough.
You think it was more so because physically, you feel me? You look cool. But
yeah.
You think it was more so like the mental aspect of the game, like maybe breaking down film? You feel me?
Definitely. It was. I didn't know my shit. just straight up, I didn't know my shit. I wasn't focused on learning my shit. I'm thinking it's gonna come to me just like it did at Laney, but it didn't, and it showed. I wasn't on the field as much. I didn't play as much because I didn't know my shit, and it's really nothing they couldn't do about that. It's about me. Right. But definitely got on top of that. Started making more plays. Started being more accountable, and it showed. But this year, that's definitely not going to be a problem.
So
definitely not.
What do you think was like your biggest game or funnest game you played in this year? I would say like this your first year in the Pac-12. You playing schools like Oregon, SC. What was the game that you feel me like resonated the most with you?
Cal.
Back home.
Straight out. I think we had a win, or I don't know who we played before then. I think we had a win. But coming to Cal, I got my family in the stands, my friends in the stands. So I'm turned up. I'm out my body right now. I'm turned up. Every play, I'm going crazy. So it's like we didn't have no choice but to win. And after the game, I was one of the people. I had one of the most tackles, TFLs.
Okay, that's what's up.
I was going crazy. It was just it was a good moment to finally show the people that didn't believe in me in high school or didn't believe me in elementary, didn't believe in me at Laney, that, most people during my journey stopped believing me. It's like, I'm going to keep telling you I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire. But, you consent with the life we're living right now. I'm like, all right, bro, I believe in you.
Right.
But, like, when it's really happening, people starting to, feel different, like, oh, shit, like, damn, this nigga really doing exactly what he said. Because most people don't get to live that opportunity. Most people just say a lot of shit, and I was really doing it. So it was like, it was a different feeling after the game. They had, the buses was waiting on me because I'm talking to my whole family. I'm like, I ain't trying to leave. I'm full of juice right now. But that was really my best game for sure.
So going forward now, like you said, now you feel me, you got your first taste of that Pac-12 football, that D1 football. Mm-hmm. What's the goal coming in next season? What you looking forward to?
All-American. All-American. Most tackles, more TFLs, some sacks. I'm trying to get drafted.
I heard it.
It's it's different from hearing oh, you were projected here, or you projected here, than making it seem like I don't have no choice but to get drafted here. Exactly. I'm trying to sell myself this year, put myself on the charts.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you coming out and doing this interview with me, man.
Yes,
we all
sir.
looking forward to what you're doing next season. I'm gonna stay tuned, and I'm gonna make sure everybody else is, man.
Yes,
this
sir.
is another episode of Champ Talk. Let them know your Instagrams where they can follow you.
That Jacka 2 underscores. That's pretty much it.
Man, we out of here, man.